In this video, let's see what is conditional block and execution conditional formula in integration procedure. Here, we will cover what is conditional execution, when to use conditional block and when to use execution conditional formula. Also, we will see where is the setting to use if-else ladder in conditional block, followed by some sample interview questions and about the next video. So let's start. What is conditional execution? As we know from basic programming concepts, whenever we want to execute one statement or group of statement based on the value of one of the variable. For example, here, first check the payment status with the help of this variable payment done flag. If payment is done, then create policy document. It means payment done flag is true. Then follow this positive path, create policy document and share with the customer. If payment is not done, else share an email of payment failure to customer. It means value of this flag is not true, it is false. Then follow the negative path, send payment failure email to customer. So based on the value of this one flag, one of the path will be executed. This is called as a conditional execution. Now, to implement this conditional execution in integration procedure, or I can say in OmniStudio, we do have two options. The first one is execution conditional formula and another one is conditional block. Let's see one by one. If we want to execute only one action, single action only, based on the condition, then we can go for execution conditional formula. To showcase this, let me take one example in the org. For that, let's create one integration procedure. Give some name here. Conditional execution. Conditional execution testing. Let's save it. I will be showing first of all this, when to use, how to use execution conditional formula. For that, let's take one example. Call DataRaptor extract to fetch policy details, and this DataRaptor will get called only when payment done flag is true or some other flag is true. Or I can take policy status is active, then take the action. These are only sample examples. Let's understand how to use this. I need to call extract, so I'm taking this action, data mapper extract action. Element name is same. Let me take DRE fetch policy details. Already I developed this DataRaptor, so I'm using that one. Now I am not giving any condition here. Let's execute first of all. Execute. Let's check the execution sequence. Yeah, data mapper is executed. Its output is like this. Now what I want, this DataRaptor should get execute as it's fetching policy. I want to make it conditional. Whenever policy status is active, for example, call DataRaptor, or whenever payment done flag is true, call DataRaptor. Take any condition. So I'm taking here, add some input. For example, active policy status. I can say policy status. Policy status is true. Here I'm passing the value true. Copy it in any action of the integration procedure. For example, data mapper action. Once you added here data mapper name, if you scroll down, you will find this execution conditional formula. Here you can mention the condition. If that condition is true, then only this action will be executed, otherwise not. So I'm making here one condition. I'm not able to type this, and this is the common problem in the integration procedure. In this scenario, you are supposed to refresh the page if you are not able to type in the conditional editor. Let's open the same DataRaptor action, scroll down, go to the execution conditional formula. In double percentage, give the variable. I can say conditional variable policy status. Whenever this policy status is true, if this condition is getting satisfied, then only call this DataRaptor. Let's preview it. We need to add this here as well. So initially I'm making it false. So negative path we have given, if it is true, then only execute this DR, otherwise not. What is the input given? Input given is false. So let's execute. We can check the execution sequence. Nothing is executed because our condition is when policy status is true. As this is false, nothing is executed. Let's check positive path as well. I'm making the policy status true. Let's check. Yeah, data mapper is executed and you can see output of this DRE as well. So in this way we can use execution conditional formula in any action of this IP. For example, if I want to call this data mapper post action, you can give some name here like data mapper post. I can say update policy status and I will give the same condition. Policy status is true. So whenever policy status is true, this update operation can be performed. Scroll down, you can see this execution conditional formula. Copy this. Let's execute it, and in the sequence you can see, yeah, both DR are executed. If I make this false, then none of the DR should get executed. Let's verify in the sequence. Yeah, none of the DR is executed. It means we can make this action based on the conditions. If conditions are satisfied, these actions can be taken, but for one condition, one action. And whenever we need to execute any action, any one action based on the condition, we can go for this execution conditional formula. On the other side, if you want to take multiple actions based on condition, for example, if policy status is active or true or anything, call these DataRaptors or any action, a group of actions, I can say multiple action. Then in that case, I will go for conditional block. How? Let's see. In the IP, in the group section, there is a conditional block. Drag it. What this conditional block says, you can give some element name. This block is saying, give some condition here. Whenever this condition is satisfied, whatever you will add in this block, all those statements, all those actions will be executed. Let me take the same example. I'm taking the policy status. In double percentage, I'm making this condition. If this is true, then this block will be executed. Block will be executed, it means what? Whatever the actions in this block, all the actions will be executed. I have added these two actions here. The first one is DataRaptor. I'm writing the same DRE. I can say fetch policy details. Yeah. In the post, let's take the same one. Update policy status. Now here I'm not giving any individual condition here. It's an empty one. If we check this one, here also it's an empty one. I'm not giving any condition to the individual actions, but I have given the condition to the whole conditional block. Let me inactive this, as already I have explained this. So this conditional block will be executed whenever policy status is true. It means whole block, data mapper, extract, post, both should get executed. Let's verify. Initially it's a false, so execute. Let's check execution sequence. There is nothing here. It means conditional block is not executed. That is, none of the action in this block are executed. If I make it true now, if this is true, so what I'm expecting, conditional block condition will be satisfied. So conditional block completely will be executed. It means all the actions in this block should get executed. This is what I'm expecting. Let's verify. In the sequence, yeah, both DataRaptors are executed successfully. We can check the output as well. See, here also upset is true. Status of the policy is cancelled. So this way we can use conditional block whenever we want to add or execute multiple actions based on one condition. Then we can use the conditional block. If we want to execute only one single action, we can go for execution conditional formula. Now there is one more concept. If we want to implement if elseif ladder in conditional block, how to implement it? First of all, understand what is this if elseif else. We can add here n number of elseif conditions. For example, here total amount is greater than 10,000, then give the discount 40% and pay the 60% amount. If it is greater than 9,000, discount is 30%, pay the 70% amount, and accordingly all these conditions and the statement are given. If suppose total amount is 12,000, what we are expecting? It's a greater than 10,000. So customer will get 40% discount, he has to pay 60%. Now once this condition is executed, our requirement is that other conditions should not get checked. But if you check the condition 12,000 is greater than 10,000, as well greater than 9, as well greater than 8,000, this amount is going to satisfy all the conditions, but system should not check these remaining conditions as the first one is executed. Another example, if I mention here 9,500, first condition is false, second is true. If second is true, action will be taken. Don't check remaining 3. That's what my requirement. How to implement this in the IP? Let's see. Let's inactive this conditional block. Let's take one more conditional block. In this conditional block, what input I am getting? Total amount. So let's take in the preview. I will be adding here total amount. Initially give some amount like what I explained, 12k. I'll be using this variable. In the conditional block, let's take some set values. In the set value, I'll be mentioning here. I can take here conditional block because I need to explain you the if elseif ladder. Okay, but in the set value, what I'm mentioning here, total to pay amount. What amount customer has to pay? First set value I'm taking for if total amount is greater than 10k. So I'm mentioning in this execution conditional formula, if suppose this is greater than 10,000, total amount is greater than 10k, then what is the discount percentage? 40% discount. It means 60% customer has to pay. Then in the function, customer has to pay 60%, so 0.6 into total amount, give it in the percentage. This is simple mathematics. Total amount into 0.60 per, it means 60% total to pay amount. When this set value will be executed? Whenever total amount is greater than 10k, as per our first if condition. If this condition is not getting satisfied, then what we are supposed to do? Take the second one. If total amount is greater than 9,000, let's change this. Total amount is greater than 9,000, then discount should be 30%. It means pay the 70%. If this condition is also not satisfied, then let's take one more condition. That is for 8k. Let's add here 8,000. What percentage discount? 20%. It means pay the 80%. If this is also not satisfied, then next one, if amount is greater than 7,000 and what is the discount percentage? 10,000, so pay the 90%. At the end, none of the condition is satisfied, then discount is 5% without any condition. Then directly pay the 95% amount without any condition. If any amount which is less than 7k, discount will be 5%. Okay. Now, as I mentioned previously, if the first condition is satisfied, I'm giving the input here 12k. If the first condition satisfied, none of the conditions should get checked and executed. The only one condition, first set value, should get executed. That's what I'm expecting. Let's execute. See the sequence. Oh, if you see the sequence, all set values are executed. Even though total amount is 12,000 and the first condition is satisfied. So none of these set values should get executed, but in fact, all are executed. And if you open it one by one, total to pay amount is something here. Here also something. As per the discount percentage, that's going to vary. And this is not the correct way what we have implemented and what is expected. So in this scenario, we need this if elseif ladder and this setting. So if you go into properties in the conditional block, You can see this checkbox is if else block. Do we want to use this block as a if else block? Yes, we want to use it. Select this checkbox. Now this is what our previous execution sequence, all set values are executed. Now we selected that checkbox. Now let's execute. Let's see the sequence. In this case, we are able to see only one set value because 12,000 is getting satisfied in the set value 1, and hence only that set value is executed. We can see the final amount to pay. If I change here some amount, for example, I made it as a 9,000. As per our logic implemented, if it's greater than 9,000, it should be greater than, so I'm making here some amount greater than 9k. Now I'm expecting set value 2 should get executed because set value 1 should be false, 2 should be executed, and none of the set value followed by 2 should get run. So let's execute. Let's see the sequence. Yeah, it's working fine now. Only set value 2 is checked and executed. And this is what the use case or the setting of if else block that we need to check here. In this way, we can use execution conditional formula or conditional block or if else if setting in the conditional block. These are some sample interview questions that you can try. If any issue, feel free to make in the comment. In the next video, we will see few more use cases on integration procedure. Thank you for watching.